Really dope. Really dope. So today we're going to talk about kinese degrees or exercise science degrees and if you really need them or not. I think I'm kind of blurry in this motherfucker. Let me back up a little bit. Alright. There it is. So do you need a kinese degree? Just to give y'all a little bit of background, I actually have a kinesiology degree. Go Cougs. I've been in the fitness profession now for going on 8 years. I'm in management, so I hire and fire people within the profession as well. So I look at a lot of resumes. I go over, or I manage a lot of internships as well. And I'm here to bring the news that unless you are already in college for a kinese degree or exercise science degree, you know, or unless you have this grand vision of maybe working for a professional team or something like that, I'm here to sadly tell you, you don't necessarily need a kinese degree to be in the field or to be successful in the field. Of course, and a lot of times it can serve as a prerequisite or it can serve as a checklist item to get you into the door, to get you hired. You know, like if you want to start off with, 24-hour fitness or one of the commercial fitness brands and you don't have a certification, they will take that in place of a certification, just to kind of check off the education box or the being knowledgeable box. But I'm here to tell you firsthand, especially as a manager within the fitness world, that when I'm going to hire somebody, I'm looking for more practical hands-on experience. I'm looking to see if they have any certifications, what certification they have, because then that tells me what type of background they may have. And then most importantly, I'm looking at work experience. I'm looking at if they've done an internship, where they've worked, if they're training at the moment, or if they've been in a practical environment for fitness. So, because there's a lot of things that you learn in school or that you review in school, you take a lot of tests, you answer the right questions, and then when you get into the field, you meet a lot of these people who still have no idea what they're doing. So that's a problem, especially when you're moving into a space where you just graduated college, you got this 4-year degree, you may or may not have debt from college, student loans, or, whatever else have you. But from my experience, I had a kinese degree and I started off at a commercial gym as a personal trainer. When I started off, there were a lot bigger factors to my training business or my training persona that were not developed, because those are things that are not touched on in the education system, in the formal 4-year, education system. This is no shade to any college or any university for their exercise science program or kinesiology program. This is just me coming from a practical, hands-on place. And of course, this whole video is my opinion. Not gonna be any LinkedIn, sites in the description or nothing like that, or no charts nowhere to prove my point. I'm just letting you know from my experience, years in the business, from a personal training perspective and from a management perspective, just kind of what I've seen. And of course, this is what I've seen. Someone else may have seen something else. So I just want to say that. But, if you don't like what I got to say, I really don't give a fuck. But, when I'm hiring somebody to be a trainer, when I'm hiring somebody to, help at, a site that I manage or something like that, or an operation that I'm over, I'm looking to know that whatever environment they step in, that they not only have a plan and an exercise prescription, or they kind of understand, you know, how to format a workout or how to format a class, but I need to be confident to know that they know how to speak in a way to convey their message to somebody who, first of all, doesn't know shit about fitness. Second, who may not want to know anything about fitness, you know, because you got some people out there that just like, oh yeah, man, I'm starting this fitness journey. I want to know everything. Teach me, teach me, teach me, you know. And, you know, you run into those people. You got those, but that's maybe like, I don't fucking know, 7% of the population who actually need a personal trainer. You know, those people like that are the people, you know, sitting at home on, you know, YouTube or Google or something, and then they kind of go at it themselves anyway, or they join, you know, other self-empowered fitness groups, you know, that kind of do their own thing. But most of the time when I'm hiring somebody and I have to, you know, trust in their ability to take care of the environment, if you will, I'm looking to see what type of high-risk populations they've worked with. I'm looking to see what type of modification knowledge that they have. I'm looking to see how they assess the situation on a case-by-case basis, outside of what they've learned in the certification class, or, you know, what they've learned, you know, 4 years in the university or at a college, because it's very important. I see it all the time. I see people who, you know, they take all these tests, they go through all these certification courses, they've been to every workshop under the sun, and then they get a client with a bad hip who is on beta blockers, and they have no idea what to do with them. And they're stressed out because they came up with this plan, and then now they can't do anything on the plan, or whatever their initiation protocol is when starting with the client or something like that. They really have no idea what to do. They don't know how to judge or how to progress the metrics, you know, based off a bunch of other intangible factors, you know. You know, what do you do if, you know, somebody, you know, their leg is significantly shorter or something like that, or, you know, what do you do if somebody has back spasms, or what type of conversation do you have with, you know, someone who doesn't have an exercise background? How do you explain nutrition to somebody who, you know, it doesn't make sense to them that eating more throughout the day will actually help them lose weight than just not eating at all? And, you know, of course, there are bullet points and things that you're taught to say. And then, you know, there are other things that, you know, you have to know how to move through that conversation. So those are things that you don't learn in the certification course. Those are things that you're not going to learn in school. So I would say if you are interested in being in the fitness industry, if you are interested in being a fitness professional, a personal trainer, group exercise instructor, if you are interested in, you know, starting your own business, or maybe just starting at your local gym or commercial gym in your area, I would say that your best bet is to go out, do your research, and get a personal training certification. And then I would reach out to, I mean, they got so many trainers on Instagram. They got so many people in the community that are doing fitness. I mean, depending on where you live, I'm pretty sure there's a gym within 2 miles of your residence. I would just go and I would just, you know, ask to maybe come in and shadow a trainer or shadow a class, or, you know, talk to a staff member, and just kind of, you know, be very humble about, you know, getting your foot in the door, maybe picking their brain about some things that are going on a practical level. And you'll be surprised at some of the things that are not taught in the textbook, and you'll be really surprised at some things that are, you know, they're a lot harder than they look. But then once you get used to it, you get in the flow, you start to get comfortable in those situations. You'll find, you know, your own style. You'll find your own comfort level. You'll find out things that, you know, maybe you thought you weren't good at that you actually are good at. You're just good at it in a different way. I mean, I know a lot of trainers who, you know, they're terrified, you know, to do public speaking or to stand in front of an audience and talk. And then once you get them into a group exercise setting and they're fully prepared and they have a plan and everything in place, it's amazing to kind of see them come to life in that moment. So sometimes you run into situations where you may even shock yourself. But I say all that to say, if you are someone who you're older than, you know, 22, or you're kind of older than that traditional, I guess, starting phase of a college 4-year degree education, and your overall vision is to get into the fitness world, and you may have a particular niche that you want to hit, or you may have a specific goal that you want to hit, or if you don't know what you want to do, but you want to be into fitness, I would advise you to, number one, do additional research on whatever it is you want to do long term. So don't just blindly go and sign up at some college or university for a kinesiology degree or exercise science degree, not really knowing and understanding the prerequisites that are required for what you actually want to do. And then you mess around and get out into the field and find out that you just wasted, you know, 4 years of your time, or 5 years of your time for some people. And, you know, look up certain job descriptions, look up what they're asking for, you know, and then try to think about some things that you could be doing not only on a checklist level as far as education or certifications or workshops and stuff like that, but think about things you could be doing on a practical level to make yourself more experienced and more comfortable in those types of settings, you know, whatever that is for you. That's what I would do. Certifications are a lot cheaper. These workshops are a lot cheaper. In some cases, you actually learn more because there's a, you know, textbook, study guide, you know, situation for you. And then there's usually some type of practical, hands-on, you know, workshop hour or class, you know, course, you know, type of situation. My bad, y'all. Video just decided it wanted to stop on its own. But anyway, I was saying, there's usually some type of, with the certification courses and workshops, there's usually some type of, you know, study guide situation plus a practical situation. And then, you know, on top of, you know, the hands-on part. I think I'm fucking that up. Video stopped fucking me up. But anyway, I don't like saying waste your time. I'm not really big on wasting your time. I feel like whatever you spend your time on is a learning experience, good or bad, or positive or negative, I should say. But I'm a huge advocate of energy, so don't waste your energy in the wrong place. You know, put your energy into the right place. So if you're going to spend the time and the energy and the money, so if you're going to use your resources to do something to help yourself, make sure that you do your research, ask questions, ask people out in the field, see where it is you actually belong. But from my experience, years of experience at this point, I would say that if you're going back to school, or if you're starting a new path and you're over the age of 22 or the traditional age of starting a college education, I would not advise you to automatically jump into starting a exercise science or kinesiology degree. Not because it's necessarily a waste of energy, more so just because there are other avenues that could work out in your favor just as good, if not better, for a fraction of the price and a fraction of the time, while you invest that time and energy into things that will help you become a better fitness professional. Okay, so hope y'all learned something from that. Y'all go follow me on the gram, man. JBX Williams. My name is Jonathan Williams, by the way. Jonathan B Williams. That's why you got the JB in there. One day I'll tell you what my middle name is. But yeah, y'all go follow me, subscribe, hit me up, ask me questions, leave comments, thumbs down this shit if you ain't fucking with it. Thumbs up, of course, always appreciate it. But let me know what y'all think. I'll be making more fitness related videos. I'll be doing some lifestyle videos too. I have my own company called Works, WRX, wellness prescriptions, but I like Works. Works sounds better. That shit is cool. I'm gonna put the link in the caption or description here so y'all can go follow that and check that out too. But y'all hit me up. Let me know what else y'all want to see, and I'll holler at y'all later.